shit about you long as you know that it's false. I am earthly, I am heaven, I am what I like to be. When I ask for what I want, somehow it find me.
It find me.
Somehow it find me. I am woman, I am fearless, I am sexy, I'm divine, I'm unbeatable, I'm creative, honey, you can't get in line. I am feminine, I am masculine, I am anything I want. I can teach you, I can love you, if you got it going on. If you got it, got it, got it, got it. Got it going on, got it going on, got it going on.
Much for this amazing beginning. This song is super perfect for this occasion. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. And I am so honored to be here today, surrounded by these powerful powerhouses, powerful and driven women who are shaping the future of business, leadership, and creating a huge impact in the world. Welcome. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. And we will start with creating this amazing atmosphere and sharing our gifts, our talents, our authentic selves with the rest of the audience, with our guests, to create this amazing experience for everybody and invite you to come on and share your experiences as well. So I would like to call to the podium Ashley.
Woo-hoo. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And thank you for the invitation. This is such an exciting event and time. And I'm grateful for everyone that's in this space and all of the women that are making an impact and continue making an impact. You know, Women's History Month, even though it's 1 month, I think every month we should continue to celebrate and empower women as they create amazing businesses, are on amazing journeys. Right? So as I'm kicking things off here, one of the things that I get asked a lot is in terms of what advice do you have for young women as they are approaching, the next stage in their life, whether they are in college, whether they are pivoting and starting a new business, whether they are, just looking to make some sort of change. It's funny because I take a chess lens to everything that I do. So I did competitive chess for about 10 years. And then I started to teach chess. And even though the miniseries was very popular, the Queen's Gambit miniseries on Netflix, it actually did more harm than good when it comes to women empowerment. Because what the film did not show was in the chess community, there's so much sexual harassment, sexism, just all these things happening in the chess community. And not only did I experience that, but I had many mentors and friends and colleagues who were either raped at tournaments, who were sexually assaulted, who went through all of these elements, right? And the film really didn't, and the miniseries didn't really showcase that, right? I mean, what the miniseries did was, sure, it created a chess boom and people were interested in playing and learning chess, but it was written by a man, it was produced by a man, and it all comes from a male lens. And even though Susan Polgar, who's an international women's chess master, grandmaster, one of the greatest female chess players of all time, asked to advise on the film, they said no to her, right? So this is just the tip of the iceberg as we're talking about chess. And so when I say I go things through a chess mindset, it's unique in that, one, chess continues to be and is very white male dominated. So the work that we need to do do is to encourage women to not only be in the chess community and be in the chess space, but use the tools that chess provides to highlight all of the incredible work that they do, right? So we're going back to advice. What advice do we have for young women in this space? When I first started out, I would be the only young woman at a chess tournament, or only young woman in a impact on how you interact and how you see the world, right? Because you're like, do I belong here? Should I be here? All of those questions in your mind, right? So when you're in the space, I always tell young women to find the mentors or the people that they look up to and start to create that space and create that network. I've been very lucky in my life that I've had incredible mentors and friends, women who have helped me and have been advisors to me and been in a space where I felt safe and empowered, and that I could share all the insight and advice that, I felt like I needed, right? So being a chess player and being strategic in that way, what you want to do is you want to find the women in your space that you want to learn from, right? And mentorship goes both ways, right? I talk a lot about intergenerational diversity, which is the framework of you don't just have people from different generations at the table, but you foster that mindset, right? You engage with people of all generations and understand what do they bring to the table. So with my mentors, I'm very lucky that not only do they give me advice, but I can support them in different ways too, right? So finding your mentors, creating people and conversations that are going to help you move forward. The other piece of advice and insight that I would say is make sure that you understand the role that you play in the community. We don't talk about civics enough. And so understand that your role in the community is important. The space you take up is important, right? You are so special in everything that you are doing, right? One of my favorite quotes was from Secretary Hillary Clinton after the 2016 presidential election. And she said, never forget that you are capable of achieving every single thing that you want to achieve. But it starts with understanding in yourself that you know that you are capable, right? So having young women understand that you are capable and you can achieve whatever you set your mind to is so, so key. Right? So finding your mentors, understanding your power, your grit, understanding that you can achieve whatever you set your mind to is so important. I encourage everyone to listen to each other today and understand the power that these connections and conversations have. And I am so excited to hear from all of the incredible women today and just continue to share connections. So Edith, I'll pass it over to you for you to share your insight.
Thank you so much. I resonate with so much. You do have a few more minutes if you would like to invite anybody to share your space or connect with you or anything like that. Would you like to add anything?
Sure, I'm happy to put it in the chat. You're welcome to connect with me on any topic, right? So I will put in the chat here. There's two distinct organizations. One is Queen's Gambit, which is a nonprofit that we teach youth how to play chess and how to cultivate the skills that chess provides, right? That's the one side. And the other side is called Queenside Ventures. And we help athletes, CEOs, politicians use the chess mindset to help them achieve their goals. So if you're in a space right now where you're interested in, what should I do next? What's my next step forward? We can certainly help with that. So I will put those links in the chat here. And I always like to have people consider, if they haven't learned chess, why they haven't learned chess, right? Are they worried about, I've heard some people say that it's they're worried that they have to sit for long periods of time and play. I've heard people be concerned that, the famous thing I hear is like, well, it's not true, right? You are capable of achieving anything that you want to achieve. I'll put my email in the chat here. Any other thoughts or questions or things that I can share?
Lorna's got a question.
Actually, thank you for your share. And again, Edith, thank you for creating this space for us to have these conversations and connections. Nice to meet you, Ashley. And I just wanted to make a comment that, what I got from what you shared just now, the idea of thinking about life as a chessboard.
Mhm.
How exciting is that, right? Like, if you thought of it that way, if I thought of it that way, it'll be more fun, number one. So
Yes,
I'm just
definitely.
acknowledging you for bringing that to the space because life is a chessboard, right? And we're always playing a game of, okay, what's the next step? Right. So I just
Mhm.
didn't think of it that, that
I
way. So
love
I
it.
wanted to just acknowledge you for that.
Thank you. Absolutely. You always hear the phrase like chess, not checkers, right? And so I tell people that I want them to apply that in their own life, whatever that means to them.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. And yes, I would also love to invite everybody. So once the speaker is finished speaking, we can also jump in and ask one or two questions. And bear in mind, we have the chat. We'll save the chat and we will share all the information across all our different channels. So I would love to speak a little bit about the space that we are creating, and like I said, like I am truly honored to be amongst you and creating this space for women to show up and share our experiences. So let me ask you, how many of you have ever felt invisible in your own industry, in your own business? Raise your hand. Like, no matter how hard we work, no matter, what. Oh, stop. I need to time myself. Sorry. I'm a timer. Um, no matter how hard we work, our voice is not being heard, and maybe you are putting yourself out there, but nothing is translating into your clients or your opportunities or financial success that you deserve. I worked with so many brilliant, purpose driven women who have the skills and the passion and the vision, but their brand is not truly aligned with who they are authentically. And it's not speaking for them. And on the contrary, it's really repelling the clients. So, as you know, I'm a branding coach, branding impact coach, and I support women in driven business women who want to create, difference in this world. And my vision is to support women stepping into their passion and courage to create humanity-centered businesses. And the truth is, in today's world, a strong brand isn't optional, it's essential. And I don't mean just a logo or website or some pretty graphics. I mean a deeply aligned, magnetic personal brand that makes people trust you, remember you, and choose you over anyone else. So women, especially, I want to share these three biggest mistakes that us as women in business are making those mistakes, and I was one of them until I realized that I get to take my own pill and I get to follow what I coach, what I inspire, and what I know, and extract that knowledge and put it in practice. So there are three mistakes. Number one is trying to be everything to everyone. We are multi-passionate. You wear many hats and you want to help many people as possible. But here is the problem. When we try to appeal to everyone, we resonate with no one. And your brand should attract the right people and repel the wrong ones. That's what creates the clarity and consistency, and that's what builds trust and authority in your business. So mistake number 2 is like the botched up branding without clear strategy. And I see so many brilliant women waste time on endless rebranding cycles, tweaking colors, playing in Canva, doing it all, but they don't really have a strategy. So a successful brand isn't just about how it looks, but it also shows how your positioning you, and that will communicate your value and attract the right clients, and it will do it for you effortlessly. And mistake number 3, I am so guilty of that, because I've been hiding for the last, God knows how many years, a fear of visibility, fear of getting it wrong. How many of you have ever hesitated to show up fully online because you were afraid of judgment? I know, just like me. If we are, oh, somebody is coming in and coming out. So that's what it is. We get to show up in our own authentic self, as our own authentic self. And, many of us can think like we have so many worries. But one of my worries was like, who am I to be the face of my brand? What if I'm not going to get it right? And that these are true authentic fears that we as women have. And but the truth is that your people are already looking for you. But if you are not confidently showing up and owning your brand, it's someone else is going to be somebody else's client, not yours. So it's just harnessing those different experiences and just going forward, showing up messy, showing up as you. It's going to always work, because you cannot be somebody else. You are your authentic self. And the good news is that every single one of these challenges can be solved. And that's exactly what we do inside the brand impact mastery that I'm creating. So this is exactly why I created the brand impact mastery program, which is a 12-week program of immersive experience for female entrepreneurs who are ready to go from being confused and invisible to confident and in demand. And just a couple of things that you will gain clarity of your brand. Your messaging will be sorted. You will develop your own unique personal brand that attracts high value clients. You will craft cohesive brands, brand presence, actually, that instantly establishes credibility and trust in your client. You will learn how to position yourself as an authority in your own industry. And of course, you will receive hands-on coaching, strategy, and a plan, a map of how to do it week by week. And I will personally be holding your hand and holding you high to create the best brand that is you, because you are your own walking brand. And this is not just about branding. It's about stepping into the business and life you were meant to have. And because I believe in action, and accelerate action for even month of March is it's such a perfect match to have that sorted, to have your branding on point. So I will include a lot of bonuses, a personal brand audit, so you know exactly where to improve. Media exposure opportunities to be seen, to be recognized. I've got also emotional branding and impact masterclass, and a lot of additional 10 more bonuses, which I won't be listing right now. But this program is for women who are serious about success. And if you're tired and feeling confused, tired and getting no results, and you are ready to step in and take that next step of visibility and impact, then this is your moment. So I would love to invite everyone listening to jump on board. And I will share the link of this invitation. And for now, it's limited time offer for the next 24 hours is $1,800. And it's a 12-week program. And we can start with just 400 investment today. And in the next 24 hours, it will be going up to 2,100. So it's only for the action takers, and I will drop the link here and on our social media channels. And yes, if anyone has a question, I would love to speak with you, and yeah, let me know.
We
Fabulous.
need some music in between speakers, man. Like,
Do we? We do, definitely. We love some music. I'm not sure about the actual regulations of music. That's
good. That's good. It's all
we
good.
get to be mindful. Okay, so our next speaker, would you like to unmute and
Me.
tell us about yourself?
All right. Hi. All right. Oh, so I'm so honored to be a part of this panel, and thank you so much for the invite. My name is Jen Rymond, and I consider myself a subconscious reprogrammer. And that's kind of like big words. Like not everybody knows what those words actually mean, but essentially, it's the hidden blocks that are in the back of your head that maybe is the cause for why you're not doing something, why you're thinking certain things about yourself, maybe even why you're having pains in your body, digestive issues, certain diseases. So, what I really love about this panel, and of course, with it being, women's month, like we had Women's Day earlier in the month, and just really the fact that women are really stepping into their power. We're stepping into our voices right now. So I'm a big proponent on finding their voice, like women finding their voice, uncovering those blocks that maybe is the driver behind why you felt like you haven't been able to step out yet. So of course we've been in a society, and I would say even pre-programmed to really stay small and stay inside of our boxes. Like we're shown that we're supposed to sit down, shut up, like let the man take the lead, or whatever it was that you had messaging on, especially when you were a young child. And these are things that I've definitely experienced myself. I've had a lot of pressure, especially being in the healthcare industry, to operate in like a traditional, like masculine way, like hunker down, like really work your butt off. And then not only that, but also be a mom and take care of the house, take care of the husband, take care of the kids, like it's a lot of pressure. And that pressure really got to me. Like this was like kind of my rock bottom when I was in healthcare, that I was having panic attacks, and also as an adult developed a stutter to where I couldn't feel like I could speak. Like I just essentially hung out in the background. So once I started to look at, like, because of course doctors were no help on this issue, right? I started to look at things that were outside of what we would consider like normal normal tools, such as breath work and hypnotherapy, and really looking at what might be going on in the background. And through that, I was able to really reconnect with myself. I was essentially reclaiming my feminine power. I recognize like my intuition, my emotional intelligence, my ability to connect and nurture. And I want you to know, like, these aren't weaknesses. Like, actually feeling, showing emotion, being vulnerable, those are not weaknesses. Like, those are actually our superpowers. And, that's part of my big why. Like, I want to help women come back into their bodies, to reconnect with their intuition and their feminine wisdom. And through our bodies, like, we're our own healers. We know what to do, but we've been stuffing everything down. We haven't been paying attention to it for so long that we're burned out, we're stressed out, overwhelmed. Like, our bodies are essentially screaming for us to pay attention, right? So, yeah, like pain in your back. That's a big indicator. It's like, hey, look at me, like something's going on. I need to release something. Like, these are emotions and negative blocks, and like even traumas that might have happened in the past, things that trauma to a kid could even be like your mom's not paying attention to you. So yeah, we're all going through this big screaming, especially with everything going on in the media, all the notifications, like everything going on around us. We're inundated. So, this is something that's my big calling. Like, this is allowing women to really step in and creating a space for women to feel safe, to express their emotions, no longer suppressing them, explore, how to process emotions in a healthy way. What is this thought that I'm having? What kind of feeling is it creating in my body? What is that feeling? What action does that create? When that action happens, what's the result in the end? So it's really about looking at why. Like, why am I having these things come up? Why am I having these pains? Why am I having these thoughts? So that's essentially what I do. And I wanted to offer everybody like a little freebie to really experience this. And what I do, one of my main tools is called 9D breath work. And so 90, well, breath work in and of itself, like, it's gaining popularity, but not everybody knows what breath work is. Everybody's like, I can breathe, right? But it's really breathing in a certain way, like breathing in a certain way that brings you back into your body. It hyper oxygenates things. It gives you like this sense of like euphoria, but also it's putting you in a hypnotic state as you're doing the breath work. And when you're in that state, I'm able to give you kind of hypnotic affirmations to kind of go through different blocks and release those. So 9D is all of the elements. It's the hypnotherapy, it's the breath work, it's different sounds and binaural beats that open up the different layers. And it's only 12 minutes. So I feel like anybody has 12 minutes, right? So I will drop that in the chat, but I really encourage you guys to grab that because it's changed my life. Awesome. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
So when did you start doing this meditation, and how it changed the way you connect with your body since after you implement that in your daily life?
Yeah, so I would say that I didn't actually go down the rabbit hole until about 2.5 to 3 years ago. So like I said, I was having the panic attacks at work. So that's why I looked into it, because I was highly anxious, highly overwhelmed. And when I started to come back into my body, and of course, like it's a practice. And at first you're like, yeah, I do it once, I'm fine, right? But it is a practice. And obviously I don't have a stutter now. So, and I'm able to, have my voice be heard. But that has changed in a way that I started my business. Like it's changed my confidence. It's changed how I show up in the world. So this is something that cross contextualize over relationships and finances. Even like these are all things like we have to come back into our bodies and tap into our intuition.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. So I'm going to pass it forward. Oh, go for it.
Hold on, before you passing, Jen? Before you pass the baton, and I know you gave us a 12-minute version. Can you give us a mini version right now to kind of like show us
Yes.
how to experience it?
Yeah. So one tip I do want to tell you is that just the simple act of slowing down your breathing, because a lot of us are breathing up in our upper chest and holding our breath. And that's a big proponent of why people go into anxiety and panic attacks. So just doing like a 4-count inhale, 4-count exhale, and trying to practice that like maybe 2 to 3 times a day. The more that you practice it, the more it's going to become automatic. You'll also do that when you're sleeping and you'll get better rest. So just count out loud, like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can even extend it to like 5 or 6 minutes or 5 or 6 seconds. Sorry, not minutes. But with the active breathing in the 12-minute, like it's essentially like you're taking 2 active breaths into your belly, into your chest, and then relaxing and releasing the exhale. So you're going to be breathing for about 10 minutes like this. And then once you do that it takes like 4 minutes, you'll be in a trance-like state.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. And the reason I love it so much is because I know as a speaker, sometimes I don't breathe from my diaphragm, I breathe from my throat. And that's when I notice that I get a shorter breath and then I gotta pause, right? So thank you for sharing. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for asking. All right. So now I'll pass the baton to Jacqueline. Thank you guys.
Yeah, that was amazing, Jen. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your wisdom and your technique with us. Thank you so much. And thank you, ladies. Thank you, Edith, for inviting me to this beautiful panel. I'm so honest. I'm so honored and happy to be with all of these amazing leaders, speakers here. So today, I believe I get to introduce myself first. My name is Jacqueline Tabrizi. I am a transformation, prosperity, manifestation coach, and I empower women entrepreneurs to shift their mindset from scarcity into prosperity, align their actions, take aligned actions, and manifest confidence, wealth, and freedom. And my life wasn't ever like that. I lived in scarcity most of my life, and most of my life going up, coming down. Sometimes I am the richest woman maybe in the area, then I am the poorest one. I passed through a lot in my life. So what changed? What happened? I believe everything turned out into my courage, how I used my courage to transfer my life or change my life from empty into full. And this is the process I use with my students, with my clients, how to transfer their own emptiness into the full. And this acronym, it worked for me pretty well. So who is here, did everything, and ever feel like I have done everything, I have been doing the right things, but something inside still feels like empty. You show up, you serve, you smile on Zoom, but late at night, you wonder, is it, am I really getting ahead? You question, do I even have what it takes? If you are one of these women, raise your hand. And I am that one. So, yes, you are not alone. Because that feeling, it's not failure. That feeling is not a weakness. What I believe is, what I name it is an empty. And this empty, it's your power, your prosperity is really ready to rise. Empty start, the E stands for emotion. You feel anxious, you feel fearful, doubtful, you worry all the time. What's going to happen? Always worrying that there is not enough money, not enough energy, not enough work, not enough resources, not enough support, and not enough worthiness. The M is for the mindset that you carry in your life along the years, that maybe one of them, that success is hard, wealth is not supposed, I'm not the person that I supposed to be wealthy. And this is how I used to think all my life. That's why I lived my life like on big waves. So then the P stands for patterns. Patterns that you always underprice, overthink, procrastinate. You stay in busy work because you are afraid to take bold action, just like me. And then the Y is for you, the yield. You yield your, before there is the T, the thoughts that you keep saying to yourself that I don't have the abilities. If I get to play it safe, what if it didn't work? What if I don't have the capabilities? So you always limit yourself because you think of yourself small. Then we go to the yield, the why. You yield your actions. You avoid visibility. So we'll ask for Edith to help us get visible. Then you you say yes to low, what we name it, low paying clients. You accept to work with less money because you don't you don't believe that you are valuable. So you resist the growth because there is a fear of it's gonna be scary. These the 5 of my empty. When you decide to choose at least one of these 5 and to identify it and declare it and see it and say it, you start to build up and shift into the next acronym, which is full. Full is the fulfillment. When you are full for confidence, for clarity and power, imagine how your business, your life gonna be when you fill yourself with confidence, with prosperity, and with power, with clarity. So this version is the F is for fearless emotions. You feel confident, secure of your ability, wealth, and no longer get the fear to run the show. You have the U, unshakable mindset. You bold, empowering. Sometimes I'm looking into my papers because I am little bit, I get in the mood again because I do it. And at the same time, I always revise it because I cannot go through it all the time. I always check to see what is missing there. What is that one part of these I can work on for this week to embody so I can move forward? So going back to my full, the U is the unshakable mindset, which is you hold empowering beliefs. You know, wealth is not luck. It's not luck. It's your creation. It's your brightness. It's your birthright. So, and the first L is about liberating habits. The price, you put a price with power. You're not doubting your values. You set boundaries. You know when to say no, when to say yes, and you stop over giving and start over receiving. The last L is unlimited action, limitless action. So you show up boldly, you market with confidence, you say yes to high value opportunities, and you scale without fear. What if we anchor it right now and we say to everyone, say, I am worthy, I am powerful, I am full. I repeat that to myself every morning. I am worthy, I am powerful, I am full. So the question isn't if you are capable. It's, are you courageous enough to become full? Because prosperity isn't found in perfection, because I stopped myself a lot about perfection. And it is found in alignment, in belief, and in bold action. When you are aligned, when you shift your beliefs, when you take bold actions, actually, you become prosperity. Here is my challenge to you. 1, identify one of one of the five of the acronym of empty. Which one you need to shift, determine it. Then look at the second one, the full, and choose one letter in full. You are ready to embody. Then take one bold action this week toward that, so you feel the shift from scarcity to prosperity. And now I will say that the last one that I will say about, you are not born to stay empty. You were lived to live. You were born to live full of confidence, full of purpose, and full of prosperity. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. Any questions? Any? I hope everything is clear, and I will turn the button to who's behind me now.
Well, Jacqueline, that was so powerful. Thank you. You just pumped me up as to stand in courage. And I just have a question for you. Do you have anything to share, or any ways that the audience can get a hold of you?
Definitely. I will put my email in the chat, and when they email me and they say that in the email they mention empty into full, I will respond and send them a link for 60 minutes strategy call around this. How does that sound? Love you. Thank you. And now I will give the button to Carrie.
Thank you so much, Jacqueline. What powerful, inspiring, courageous words that you have to share, and what a generous gift that you've offered everyone here. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Carrie Knudsen, and I am a transformational leadership and business coach. And I am here to share with you that communication is everything, and everything is communication. Now, I actually was born with a very, very powerful voice. I was constantly reminded from my parents and my sibling how loud I would scream. And there was at some point that scream became silence. And I became referred to as the shy one.
Wow.
I don't know if you can relate. I don't know if you were referred to as the shy one, the quiet one. That was me. So this is why I'm very passionate that communication is everything, and everything is communication. I wanted to share a quote by Winston Churchill. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. And I feel like today, as we celebrate and come together as women, and we stand boldly with our voices, and we have the courage to speak up, I'm also humbled that I have the courage to sit here and listen and be empowered and see the gifts in each and every one of these amazing women that I am surrounded by and collaborating with. Jacqueline and Edith and Jen, and and those that are here to follow me. I'm learning so much by sitting down and listening. So thank you. You know that 93% of communication is nonverbal. It's not even our spoken voice. I am here to inspire women, and those young and those old, and no matter what age you are, to own your voice. But the voice is not just the spoken words, and that's how I've fallen in love with the written words. So as I became the shy one, I don't know who can relate, I really fell in love with finding my voice writing. And at a very young age, I was like, I'm a writer. I know that I'm going to be a writer. I know that I'm going to be an author. And so, this is how I have learned to fall in love with speaking up, because I was born to speak up and speak loudly. And also this passion for words. And so I'm here to share with you. Well, first I want to ask you a question. Have you ever questioned yourself what you're going to say when you're showing up online? Have you ever questioned yourself, like what to say if you're going to write an email to a friend, perhaps your potential clients, your email list? I'm seeing some nods. Yes. Have you ever questioned what you're going to say in an intimate conversation or like to a friend? There's a reason why. And this is part of the reason how I have navigated learning these things, because I've struggled with all of them, just like some of you that I saw at the head nods. So I currently work with entrepreneurs, and I actually work with entrepreneurs 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. I've worked with entrepreneurs for 5-6 years, and I have noticed some common problems with entrepreneurs. So I want to share those with you and how you can overcome them so that you can deeply connect with who you're here to serve. Gain productivity in your words and in your life and in your business through your words, and prosper. Increase your profits. Who wants to increase profits? Who wants to stand boldly into their prosperity it's our birthright? Yes. So these are 3 problems that I have seen over and over with entrepreneurs. 1, you don't know who you're speaking to. Like Ida said, our branding queen and expert, when you speak to no one, when you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. And sometimes you're just speaking to the wrong person when you're going to show up. This is why no one's listening. You don't know who, perhaps, specifically your ideal client is. And, I work with women over 40 in business, and I'm going to say that perhaps who you used to speak to, you want to speak to someone different. And at any time, we can speak to someone different. But you must be clear on who your ideal client is. And if nobody's listening, this is your problem. And there's a solution to it. And I can't go into all of it today, but there are ways that, I want to share that I am the founder of a collaboration of women called the Vision Academy. And this is where I dive deeper into solving some of these problems. It's a free community. You can join at any time because I am all about connection and collaboration. Who wants to get rid of competition? Because competition, like Jacqueline pointed out, is scarcity. We are not here to live in a scarcity standpoint. We're here to live in an abundance and prosperity way of being. And when you get really clear on your ideal client, this is when your profits will increase, your connection will increase, and your productivity with your words will increase as well. So that's the number 1 problem. Number 2 is not knowing your outcome with your business. And I see this with service-based entrepreneurs mainly, because service-based entrepreneurs, you're selling something that is intangible. If like you're selling, let's say you're selling cars. Let's say you're selling cars. It's clear that you're going to sell a car and you're going to walk away with driving a car. But as a service-based entrepreneur, it can be unclear with the outcome that you provide. This is the problem that I see as many entrepreneurs, they're selling what people need. People don't want to buy what they need. They want to buy what they want. And that's the outcome. There's a difference between the features of the car, the benefits of the car, and the outcome. The outcome is you want to be prosperous, right? You want to prosper. You want to effectively communicate and connect. Don't we all? Don't we want to work in collaboration versus competition? I know I do. So the third problem I just want to go off briefly is communicating your value. And I want to circle back to the question that one of the questions that got asked in the beginning, that how can a young woman or even a middle-aged or a seasoned woman prosper in business if they're just starting? And this is it. Knowing your value, knowing the value that you have, communicating that value. When you can powerfully communicate that value with the power of owning your prosperity, of your branding, like Edith, with owning your voice and your power, with owning your courage and your confidence, the courage to listen, listen, listen. This is communication. And knowing when you have the courage to speak up and own your worth, own the value that you have, and communicate the value. So if there's not a fit with you and your ideal client, this is it. It's about communicating value. And I see so much value here on this panel. I see so much value in connection and collaboration. We can go far alone and we can go farther together as women coming together, empowering each other. And I want to say thank you for this opportunity, Edith, that you have put together so that we can all go farther together, empower more people. And I also want to invite everyone, if you would like to connect, if you would like to collaborate with other women, if you would like to get clear on your communication in business so that you can increase your profits and your prosperity, then you can join the Vision Academy. It's free. I have live trainings on some of the things that I spoke about today. I will leave a link to join in the chat. And I have the honor of introducing next speaker, one of my dear friends, someone that I have grown to love, adore, learn from. And she is the confidence to my courage, Kelly Cleveringa.
Thank you, Carrie. Yes, I know that last name's a doozy, and well done.
Beautiful, beautiful, Carrie.
And thank you. Yes, you are the courage to my confidence. And you have inspired me to get clear on my messaging and how do I communicate with my audience. Because, yeah, I've had that experience where you put something out into the world and you're like, this is the best thing ever. And it's crickets. Like, especially as female entrepreneurs, like, sometimes the biggest step is to hit post, send, and then to have it be crickets. It can take, I'll be honest, it's put me back into hiding. And then, like everyone else is saying, you get to remember your worth, your value, why you are here to do your thing, why that little voice inside will not stop, even when you're scared. So I'm going to tell you a story really quick. Once upon a time, there was a little girl. And this little girl thought she could run the world. She woke up every day, put on her favorite outfit. She put on her cowboy boots. She put on her sparkles. She put on her favorite color and she strutted out to face the world and be whatever she wanted to be that day. astronauts, cowgirl, author, kitty wrangler. Whatever was in her heart, it did not matter. That is who she was, and she was prepared. And then something happens. She gets older. She puts on her favorite outfit. She puts on her favorite color. She puts on her sparkles or her cowboy boots. And all of a sudden the world's like, why are you wearing that? We don't wear that here. Who do you think you are to sparkle? Like, no. Shh. So what happens? That little girl, she starts to believe everybody. She says, well, hang on. Everyone's telling me that this isn't right. And if I want to be loved, if I want to have friends, if I don't want to be alone, then I should probably dress like everybody else. So she starts to put on the things she sees everyone else. And yet it doesn't feel like her. There's a little piece that's still like, oh, this isn't right. And that little girl gets lost. The one in the rhinestone sparkly cowboy boots, the one wearing her favorite color, mix matched, looking like an ice cream. She gets lost. But here's the really cool thing. She's not gone. She's still in there. So, I was definitely that little girl. If that landed with you at all, if you saw yourself, can you just give a little finger wiggle? Just a little, yeah. Yeah. So just like me. So who am I? I am Kelly. Hear me roar. I'm an image consultant. And so what the heck is that? An image consultant is someone who takes styling, your image, what you put on your clothes, how you present yourself, and mixes it with presence. How do you walk into the room? And I also blend it with emotional intelligence leadership. There's a lot that goes on between here that gets in our way. How many of you okay, so I had this experience. I wanted to level up what I was wearing because I was leveling up. I was no longer the entry-level employee. I am now the proud owner of my own business. So now I get to show up that way. So I go to my closet and I'm like, okay, I think I need to wear this. And I put on my dress pants and I put on a suit buttoned all the way up to the top. And I instantly am like, this is not right. It's not me. This little story starts running in my head like, okay, now they're going to know that I'm actually not like really confident and I don't really know what I'm doing and I'm kind of pretending. And now they're going to see it and now they're going to make fun of me and no one's not going to be friends. So what do? I take off the professional clothes and I go back to my yoga pants and sweats because it's safe. So that's where having someone come alongside you and say, no, gorgeous, you get to show up as the authentic authority you are in the clothing that represents you, that feels like you, and you can still be comfortable, and you can still be powerful, and you can still be confident. This changes everything. Have you ever been to one of those really fun, maybe not so fun, networking events where you're like, hey, I'm going to put myself out there. We're going to meet some people, da 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 da. And you've got your plastic cup of cheap wine. Maybe I need to upgrade my networking events, but I got that. And I'm watching people walk in. And can you notice the woman who walks in who is confident? She knows she's got value. She knows that her exterior matches her expertise, right? She's tall, she's confident, heads up, making out, she's like on a swivel. Like, who do I get to connect with? Who's my person here? And then there's a woman who walks in right behind her, hunched over, head down, just like closed in. She's probably wearing paisley because the wallpaper is paisley and she found that out ahead of time and now she can blend in and she can feel safe, right? Who are you more likely to talk to? That woman who looks you in the eye, feeling confident, or the one that you can't see because she matches the wallpaper? As women, we specifically, all women, and specifically female entrepreneurs, because that's our panel, we have almost an obligation to honor the calling that is in your heart, that will not quit even when you want to. And so it is a disservice to you. It is a disservice to your community. It is a disservice to the world for you to dress in paisley and match the wallpaper. You are here to shine. You're here to be heard, seen, impactful. And this is what I love helping women do. Show the authentic you to the world. You dress like you feel like you look like you sound like you. Because there is no other you out here. You ain't better than you. So why are you trying to be somebody else? So there's a beautiful question. We had a fabulous list of questions that we could answer. My favorite one is actually also Carrie's. Shocking. And this question is this. What advice would you give to young women looking to start a business today? And I'm going to modify it like Carrie did. So what advice would I give to women looking to start a business today, looking to level up in her business today? It is this. There is always a reason not to. There's always a reason why you can't, why you shouldn't, why it doesn't matter, why it's better for you to be quiet and just live that quiet life like everyone around you is telling you. Do not listen. That voice inside, that voice that will not be quiet, who wakes you up at 3 a.m., letting you know, like, hey, we want to do a thing here. That is the voice that gets to guide you, to lead you, to bring you to the front, to be the impactful female leader you are here to be in whatever capacity that looks like for you. And for me, it is always an honor to come alongside and empower women just like you to own your authentic authority, your image, your you that makes you you. So everything feels like it's aligned, that you are heard, that you speak with that confidence, that you are courageous because you're worthy and you know it and the world knows it. I'm complete. Are there any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
So I love everything about you. You're amazing. You're magical. You're sparkle. You match the background behind you, and you really not just. I felt like not you're not just sharing what you're doing. You are being it in the moment of time. So thank you for being who you are and for sparkling and sharing your spark everywhere. How did you that love start in your heart to how this came to you, like as a little girl you were jumping around with your boots and you're conquering the world, and then you shut down and you hide, and then you start opening up and sharing. How did you find yourself? How did you go back to who you are?
Yeah, that is a very beautiful question. Thank you, Abdul. So for me, I lost myself after college. We'll start there. I thought the world was going to accept me just as I am. I can play by my rules just like I have for the last however many years. And then I got a big girl job. And all of a sudden, I didn't fit in. I didn't look like everyone else. I didn't behave. I didn't follow the rules like everyone. And so I told myself there was something wrong with me. So in order to be successful, I dressed like everyone else until I stopped because I just couldn't handle the inauthenticity of not being me. So I found ways to bring the sparkle back. And then I went through a leadership training, and I was surrounded by a community of powerful female leaders who already saw me as who I am. And those women reminded me that that sparkle is great, that light needs to be brighter, like come out of hiding, girl, we already see you. So that little girl was always waiting for her next opportunity to be seen and heard. And by being surrounded by a powerful community of women, she got the permission she was looking for. And it wasn't about permission from other people, right? Like, because we live a lot on other people's expectations. It was the permission to give it to herself. That it doesn't matter, little one. You are loved no matter what. And you're going to be loved even more when you are you. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for being who you are.
Yes, my pleasure. Thank you. I can't be anything else. Lorna!
Kelly! I'm all about acknowledging and empowering all of us, right? And I just want to acknowledge you for sharing what you just shared because it's so present for me. This week, I had the opportunity to speak to a woman who was 82 years old, who found that little girl in herself this week. Imagine being 82 and walking around in other people's expectations and rules. She spent 60 years doing that. So thank you for being you and sharing that story and sharing how you were able to transform and step into your power. Because there's so many people out there who are not doing that. And you are a light shining the way for others to step into their power. So thank you.
Thank you. And I see you, girl. You are my mirror. I see you. Yeah. And just a quick thing. I love elderly women. I love it. They get to a certain point and they're like, you know what? I've seen a lot of life and I'm going to do me. And I love it. So anyway, yes, bring on the empowered 82-year-olds. Yes. Carrie.
Is there a way that our audience can connect with you?
Absolutely. Thank you. So I really enjoy working intimately one-on-one with people because I like to get to know you. I like to get to find the you that's been hiding in your closet. She's there. She's just a little buried right now. So I do mostly one-on-ones. And so if you are interested in just a free 30-minute chat with me to figure out if we're a good fit, if this is right for you, I will drop my direct email in the chat and connect with me. If you don't see the chat, it's hello at sixfigurestyle.com. So that's hello at sixfigurestyle.com. And I'd be happy to talk to you because ultimately at the end of the day, it's about, again, I'm going to say it for the 15th time. It's about being an authentic authority, showing up as you, presenting yourself as you, and minimizing the amount of time, stress, energy, money that is wasted on not being you. because you don't know how to dress the gorgeous you that you are. So, thank you so much for your time. Ladies, you're amazing. I love you all so much. This is so cool. Keep being your amazing selves. And now I have the honor of announcing our next speaker. Please welcome to our virtual stage, Miss Relda.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Thank you to all of you, beautiful ladies, smart, and really inspiration for me to listen to you. Each one of you give power. I need to thank Ibtihal for including me to this wonderful group. Me shortly, I'm like Carrie. I don't like to speak as much as to write. And actually, I don't recognize that I like to write till I came 12 years ago to more than 12, sorry, 17 years ago to United States to treat my child in brain tumor. Woman is herself power. I feel power. To be a woman is a power because you give the birth, you give the life for your children and for your family. Whatever your life is going upside down, you always try to power yourself to let this family go forward in this life and to be strong. I wrote a book in my Arabic language about mother's heart. I wrote about my experience. Actually, it should be for my son to write it. It was his hope to write it, but he unfortunately passed away. So I feel as a mom, I felt that I should write this book for him. To make it shorter, the real power is love. Love is the power of life. When we give anything with love, we make it stronger. If you love what you cook, if you do your cook with love, the meal will be more delicious. If you work with love, you will ease everything, every difficulties you face it to make your work success. Love is a connection, the tool of connection. And this was for me the reason why I chose the real estate. I am a realtor and I be happy with my client to direct them to choose the right home for them because I believe home is the right route for people to plant their life, their love in their life. Like Mother Teresa said, if you want to be success, go start with your family. If you want to be happy, start with your family. So family is the power of love, and woman is the mom and woman is the tool or the who make this love be lasting. My way, I wear so many hats as realtor, as educator, as helping my husband in dental office, as writer. So all of this, I feel like Carrie said, connection. And connection will be, in my opinion, with love, respect, trust, honest, transparency. This is what I believe it will give anything we do a power to lasting. In the end, I want to make it shorter to give chance for my other powerful women to speak. But I need to give the advice for the question, what do you advise a younger woman? I advise her to be herself. Do not let anyone take control of her life. Do not let anyone to give decision about her life. It's her life. She has to think so many times about any life decision, either in work or in husband, in relation, or any life decision, or how many children she wants. She has to take the decision, not anyone to control her decision. So life is beautiful with people like you who give me inspiration. Each one of you give me listen. I'm so appreciate to be with this group. And thank you so much for giving me this time to talk shortly about myself. Thank you so much.
And Malta, can we have a connection and information about you in the chat so others can connect and get in touch with you?
With my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is Filza.
Hello, everyone. So glad to be here with all of you. Thank you, Edith, for creating this platform for all of us. So amazing, such an amazing shares everywhere. My heart is full in the middle of the night. It's 3 a.m. here in India. I'm coming directly from India at 3 a.m. right there with all these powerful ladies. And I'm so excited because we all are talking about power. And I am here to tell you how much I see each and every individual as powerful as anything else. Each and every individual. From past few months, I've been working with neurodivergent kids and their parents. And I can see each one of them so powerful, so powerful. They just are lost in this world. They're seeing what world demands from them. I see them lost and not being able to see their own real self. So this was me when I was growing up. I was confused, unable to read, unable to study. I was a backbencher, real like failure, all the red marks, my result. And up until I met my husband, I started discovering my power. From there till I met my husband, what changed? The thing which changed was he kept that safe space for me to be wrong, to make mistake, and learn from my own mistake. So here I am to empower each and every individual out there, whoever is thinking that I'm not enough, I'm not appropriate, maybe I cannot compete, I cannot reach where people are reaching. I'm here to empower you and let you see your powers. We all are born powerful. So what's the problem in between the line? When we start our journey, when we start discovering ourselves, we begin with ourselves, and in the journey, we meet some expectations. And that expectations comes from our first parents, or lovely parents. So in that expectation, we keep fulfilling what others want, what they want us to be, what they want us to do, and we tend to forget ourselves, our real strength, our real self. So as I am working with few parents, I am seeing that a lot of adults are also struggling with this same problem, which is ADHD, attention deficit. Attention deficit. How is it coming? When I dig deep in, I saw that they are doing a bunch of things which they don't love, which they are not enjoying. They're not finding joy in it. And why they are choosing to do that? Every moment, I am judging myself. I'm comparing myself. I'm putting out there myself on a platform where I'm not seeing me, I'm seeing someone else and chasing what they have done. I am so unclear about my own destination, my own goal, and my own journey is getting messed up by me. So I invite all of you, whoever is here listening and struggling in this, to be focused. I invite you to narrow it down for yourself. Make it easy. Just put a hand on your heart and breathe. Just breathe. You're enough. You need to see you. You need to be present for you. Nobody else need to. This is what I discovered when I started working on myself and later on decided to support people around me. Not only kids, but parents. And now I'm stepping up into supporting adults with ADHD who are struggling. So what I do in the journey, in the whole journey, I just handhold them to see their powers. All the powers are lost. They are hiding. We just need to brush them up and bring them out. It's right there. It's right there. You don't need to feel that way. You're enough. You're powerful. What is that giant in your life created by you? Maybe by others. Most of the time, the giants which we are creating is by us. I am creating the giant. When I'm entering any new room, I'm seeing who are bigger than me, who are better than me, with whom I can talk, I can match up the level, and I don't allow myself to be me. And there I start shutting down. Now step up and see your personal growth. Every passing day, I see there is a growth in ourselves. We are growing. Every passing day, we are growing. The arrow is always going up. We get to see that arrow consciously and embrace every passing day and make extra mistake. Embrace your mistakes, because we are the people who are going to make a lot of mistakes. Who's going to create this safe space for us? We. I'm grateful for my husband for creating that safe space for me to make those extra mistakes and make me feel powerful. But here I am, allowing myself, asking this question every passing day, am I allowing myself to make this extra mistake today? Because humankind learn lifelong only with their own mistakes. This is the best tool provided by our Creator to each and every one of us till the end of our life. Let's use this. Let's use this. All the neurodivergent people, you need to allow yourself to make those extra mistakes and learn from that. Maybe don't learn, maybe the right time will come for you to learn. Okay? So I will keep it short. And I'm really grateful for this platform. I want you all to connect with me one-on-one. I will drop the link here so that you can connect and dive in, see yourself. If you're distracted, if you're confused, and if you cannot see where you're going, if you're putting too much on your plate, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, connect with me. Let's understand what's in your plate and why you're choosing what you're choosing. Let's join in and understand your power. I'm complete. So I'm open for question also if there is any question.
How can we connect with you, Filza?
Okay, thank you, Carrie, for that question. So I will be putting the link and my email to you all so that you all can book a call. First call free and discuss about you. I will be present for you for 45 minutes. So I'm putting the link here in the chat so that you all can connect. And I'll be sending my emails also if you want to connect via email. Thank you.
I have a quick question, Filza.
Yes.
As an adult who lived her life unaware that there is a potential that I could have, or I can have ADHD. I don't know. As an adult, how do I start learning about ADHD and how can I get it diagnosed?
Wow. Thank you for this question. Well, for getting diagnosed, you must connect with your local people, and trust me, you don't need that. You just need to see your powers and discover what you have done, what are your achievements, and feel powerful in that. Instead of carrying a tag, see, here's what's happening. People are carrying the tag and allowing ourselves for not taking a step for ourselves, for the world. I see you in power. I see gifts in you. There are gifts in you to offer instead of carrying that power and asking everyone to excuse me because I have ADHD. Let's not do that. Let's not play small. Let's play big, open, all out. Put it out. World needs you. I see each and every ADHD people as very powerful, very powerful. They see beyond your imagination. They can reach where we cannot even imagine. So I hope I've answered your question, and I see you, Edith, and I can see so much of power in you. Thank you for asking me this question.
Thank you, Filza.
So our next is, I would like to pass it on to Lorna. Yay.
Wow, 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 wow. Filsa, you have no idea. I'm over here jumping out of my seat because what you have shared is so powerful. Yeah, ADHD is it's not a thing. It's just a label. And if you continue, anybody listening to me right now, I know I'm off a tangent, but I'm breaking the rules over here. Okay, y'all. If you if you continue to say you have something, you will continue to have the thing. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Just reframe the conversation, redirect your mindset into I am powerful. I'm not the same as everybody. And own that is where I believe people who claim the label of ADHD get to go. I just wanted to acknowledge you for bringing that to the forefront because I think it's so important. And one of the things, I am a rewire facilitator, and one of the things that I do in my training is reframing and rewiring the brain with language so that people can stand in their power instead of taking on all these labels. So let me go ahead and acknowledge my dear Edith for this platform. Thank you so much, my friends. And my I'm an absolute fan of Hall. Thank you for the invitation to come onto this event today. And I know so many of you. Great to see you all, and we get to connect. My name is Lorna Sherland, and I'm a business strategist, a transformational coach, a real estate broker, and all kinds of other things. Like I said before, a rewire facilitator. I love all the conversations we had today because what I want to do is put it all together, right? How many of you have an amazing mission in your heart that you absolutely, unequivocally must accomplish in this lifetime? Let me see a raise of hands. Yes. And how many of you sometimes have this idea that I'm tired, I'm burnt out, I can't do it anymore? Tell the truth and shame the devil. Okay? That's what I say. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Because we're human. And what I want to share with you today are 5 things. I hope I get to 5. I'm going to talk fast. That mission gets to be your driver. A lot of us today talked about getting back to you. Yes, it's about you. And you get to take care of yourself, right? And the mission, I want to share with you that the mission gets to be the focus. Because when you hold the mission as the focus, it's the thing that's going to get you up out of bed when you absolutely are feeling so tired, right? It's the thing that's going to drive. Think about Mahatma Gandhi. Who remembers Mahatma Gandhi? Maybe y'all are too young. Give me a second. Raise your hands. Mahatma. Okay, great. Mahatma Gandhi. What do you think about him? Did you think that he was a stand for his mission? Like, he went to jail. He stopped eating. He did everything possible to make sure that the people he was standing for in his mission, that it got what he was standing for got accomplished. You get what I'm saying? I want you to have your mission so focused and dialed in that you become a Mahatma Gandhi. And in your own way, obviously. We've been talking about going back to you in this conversation today. But that mission gets to be clear. And I want to share with you that the mission is starting with the end in mind. Now, when I say starting with end in mind, I don't mean just the mission alone. It's your money. It's your relationship. It's how you want your business to look like. It's what you want your clients to look like and feel like. It's who you want to be in your space. Be clear. You got to get super clear on that because that's the thing that's going to keep you going. Next is the vision. How many people hear people collapsing vision and mission? 2 different things. I'm here to disrupt that thinking for you today because your vision is different from your mission. Your mission is the global. That's outside of you. The vision is your ego. That is what you want to accomplish. That's what's going to make you feel. Who was talking about being full? Let me remember. Hang on. So I made my notes. Jacqueline, she left. She was talking about being full, right? The vision is the thing that makes you feel fulfilled, that you are here to serve, right? I want to make that distinction. I don't have time to go deeper. I'm just here to make you aware of the distinctions that you get to shift if you already didn't know how to do that. The vision gets to be the lighthouse. You know, like if you're on a sea, like I'm from Jamaica, right? I used to live in Port Royal, if anybody knows where that is. Pirates of the Caribbean was filmed there. In Port Royal, from Kingston, if you try to go to Port Royal, even on the road, it's pitch black, dark. But the lighthouse on Port Royal is the thing that keeps you focused on where Port Royal is, so you get there, right? So the vision is that, right? The vision is that lighthouse that's going to keep the destination in sight, right? So if you don't have that vision to keep you on track, that's where you get, the shiny penny syndrome, that one, everything that comes along, and you don't ask yourself the valid questions, right? I share with my clients, one of the things I share with my clients, when they come to me with ideas, they don't even have to be my clients. I'll give you a quick story. I'm in this Viva network, right? And up to yesterday, this woman's like, oh, I have 2 events that are going to, collide with something that she wanted to come to, a training she wanted to come to. So she goes, Lorna, can you help me figure out which one I should attend? And I said to her, it's kind of simple. Which one is aligned with your vision? That's the one that you choose, right? Anything else, it's a maybe, it's a not now, but the one that you choose in the moment is the thing that is aligned with your vision. Anything else is a shiny penny, okay? The next thing I wanted to share with you is values. We talked a lot, I heard a lot of you talk about values today. And what I want you to consider is, what are your values, right? What do you consider your values? Now, there's a difference, I believe there's a difference between values and highest values. Distinction there as well, right? Highest values are aligned with the thing that makes you tick. Highest values. Until I figured this out for myself, I used to think that my highest value was my family. I used to do everything for my family. I used to work for my family. I made a lot of money just so my family could be happy, right? Until I met Dr. Rewire, which is why I'm now a Rewire facilitator. And one of the things I do in my program is to show you how to find your highest value. I got to tell you, it's probably not the thing you think it is, right? Because I figured out that my highest value is not my family. Don't get me wrong, love my family, right? But it's not the reason I do the things I do. The reason I do the reason I do the things I do is because it drives me. Learning, teaching, y'all, I'm in my highest value right now, okay? Because I love to share good information, wisdom, knowledge, education, so that people get shifted and become the people they're meant to be, their authentic selves. That's one of my highest values, right? So you may be thinking, integrity, honesty, all those things, and they're a part of it, but they're a subcategory. And you're probably operating in those pieces right now and not realizing that because you're not in your highest value, it's the thing that's stopping you. It's the thing that's keeping you stuck. Once you figure out what your highest value is, I promise you, things are going to shift for you. Because number one, you're not going to beat yourself anymore, right? And what's that going to do? Open up space so that you start doing the things, being happy, being joyful. I got to tell y'all, joy is a key to success. Write that one down. Joy is a key to success. All right. I don't know. I didn't time myself, so y'all better shut me up when it's done. Okay. So I talked about mission, vision, values. Now we're going to jump into goals. Okay. In order for anything to happen, you must have a goal, whether it's a monetary goal, a weight goal, whatever it is, a goal in your relationship, whatever that is, it's a goal. It's a target, right? Different from vision, different from mission, right? Goals. Those goals are absolutely essential. Because then if you're going somewhere and you don't have some, like pinpoint, like the Uber guy. There was a pin on my phone so he could find me. If you don't have that, you kind of like going around in circles. Yeah. So you need those goals to kind of like focus on to keep you on target, to track. Here's the thing. What you don't track doesn't happen. Never happens. If you don't track it, doesn't happen. All right. The next piece I want to talk to you about is the plan. Now, distinction, the goal is different from the plan. The plan is the action towards the goal. That's the doing. Be, do, have. That's the doing of the thing, right? Because you got to take action. You can meditate as long as you want, which is part of the process of success. However, if you're not taking action towards the vision, the mission, then nothing is going to happen. So just to summarize, 5 things: mission, vision, values, goals, and plans. That's the order in which you get to create your business, create what your life gets to look like, and anything else you want in your space. So thank you again, Edith, for allowing me to share this. If you guys have any questions, I would be more than happy to answer them. If you want to connect with me, I will in the chat. And if you, Edith, okay, 2 minutes. I hope I made the 2 minutes. And if you want to connect with me, I leave my email address in here. You can also connect with me on Facebook, Instagram, and all the places. And I would love, love, love to invite you all to visit our Diva Network on Tuesdays. That's the offer I have today, is to come visit our Diva Network. If you guys are having any challenges with structuring your business, I do a lot of strategic sessions in the Diva Network. I also do a lot of training on speaking in the Diva Network. And even more powerful, we have, when you join as a member, we have Mastermind Fridays. And let me tell you guys, it's been so powerful. So I want to invite you guys to come take a look and check out our network and see how we can support you. Thank you again. Any questions?
Amazing. I had a question, Lorna.
Yes.
Thank you for that invitation. Sounds amazing. I can't wait to see it in the chat there so I can access it. My question is about the highest value. So in your share, I realized that I've experienced this in my own journey, like thinking that my family was the highest value, but then realizing it was really something deeper than that. So my question is, can our highest value, or does our highest value evolve as different seasons that we live in life?
Yes, it does. So in the training that I do, we ask a bunch of questions. And one of the things that I always share with my client is, let's say they start with me today, we do it every 30 days because it can shift, right? So I'll give you one great tip. How many of you have money as your highest value? Great. See my point? Now, if money is not in your highest value, take the case that that is why money isn't flowing easily into your space. So when we start out, we figure out what your highest values are so that you acknowledge it. Remember, the process of transformation starts with awareness. Second piece is acknowledgement. I can teach you all that. If you all come into my programs, I teach all that stuff, right? Second piece is acknowledgement. If you don't acknowledge it, then you're kind of stuffing it down. Somebody talked about stuffing down today. I don't remember who it was. Jen. Jen talked about stuffing down. You're stuffing the juice down, right? If you're not acknowledging the power that you have, you're stuffing it down. So once you figure out your top values and you see where money isn't there, now we get to work on bringing money up. So now you understand why we get to do it every month, right? Because as you're working the goals and the plans and the goals, right? See the order I gave it to you in: mission, vision, values, goals, plans. As you're working the plan towards the goal in your values, you get to the vision, you make the money, and the mission becomes the thing. You see it? So
Okay, yes, thank you for that. Yeah, that really clarified also that the syntax of the way that you've taught us is very important and invaluable, that they all stack on top of each other, and to reassess our values monthly. Thank you.
Absolutely. You are welcome. My pleasure. Anybody else? Ask questions, y'all. I know this is new, but ask me questions before I bring Eftahal on. Okay. Well, you can connect with me. I'll put in the chat. And without further ado, I will bring on the lovely Eftahal to the stage. This woman is a powerhouse. I admire her. She's one of those who is resilient. She is persistent. And I just admire how she stays in the game. Welcome to the stage, Eftahal.
Thank you so much. Love you, Lorna. I love your share, all of you. What amazing share. And thank you for saying yes to celebrate. What a beautiful ending for March, celebrating Women Month, International Women Month. Thank you for being here. And I'm so honored to be with all of you here to celebrate Women Month. Where do I start? My heart is really open with all your shares. It's just like I wasn't planning to stay all that time, but I couldn't stay away because every time someone shared, it really bring more joy and joy in my heart. And I feel like, we are really connected. We like all the share. I felt I felt myself in your share. Each one of you, I saw myself as a reflection. You are a reflection of me. And that's why we are here all connected. It's not a coincidence that we all said yes. It's not a coincidence that we all gather in this space. We are meant to be here together to share our connection, our wisdom, our love, our image, our spark, to spark each other life. You spark my world today. You spark my heart. My heart is wide open because each one of you. And my name is Ebtihal Badawi. I'm an artist. I know I want to be an artist like Kelly shared. I know since fifth grade, I feel truly blessed to know what I want to be since a young age. I really know exactly what I want to do and what I want to be. And I didn't just know, I wrote it down in a piece of paper. When I grow up, I want to go to art school. That's how my heart is connected to my soul and I know my purpose. But as Kelly said, and Jen and and some of you, I grow up and I lost myself because I believe what my family told me, art is a hobby. And the key for me was self-love. I didn't love myself enough to stand up for what I believe that I wanted from the start. I knew what I want. So I lost myself and I found myself now it's been 12 years ago. I found myself back again through different challenges in life. And I started falling in love with me, with being me. And the colors, I open my heart and the colors start coming out of my heart. I'm an artist. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an international speaker, a TEDx talk, and the director of community outreach for OSH 360 and a founder of Pittsburgh Build Bridges movement. It is a movement now. Before it was, I say it's an initiative. Now it's a movement that connect 5,000 people from different walk of life. I collaborate with schools, with university, with communities, with leader, with politician. It doesn't matter if you're red or blue. We're all connected in this bridge of love, bridge of healing. And that's what I feel in my heart. My movement is a healing movement to bring people together, no matter where you are from, no matter what background you are from, no matter what practice you do or what belief you have, we still can connect to each other as a human being. And for younger girls, for any women, no matter what age, even if you're 82, you still can fall in love with yourself. No matter where you are in your life journey, you can fall in love with yourself. And that's my advice and my true heart calling is to really fall in love of who you are because you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't hear your heart whisper, your soul whisper if you don't fall in love with who you are. You can't receive the guidance from God, from angel, from whatever you believe in. You can't receive these whisper and calling, your true calling, you can't receive it if you don't love yourself. You are worthy. I am worthy. You are worthy. Women is powerful. We are, we are the color of this life. If we come together, collaborate, and connect to each other and love each other, like Relda said, love, 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 love. Love is the seed of all colors. And I love this quote by my favorite hero, Martin Luther King, who I believe all the world love him. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Only love. Love and light and healing and loving who you are that can make this world a better place. And that's why I'm here. That's my soul calling. That's my purpose, is to continue building these bridges and to teaching love and acceptance to kids, to family, to the community, to the world, and to bring more love and joy. I would love to connect with you. I'm going to drop my website and I can paint mural. I can paint canvases. We can come together. We can paint together and change the world one brush stroke at a time. A bridge for all, a bridge to heal the world. I will pass if you have any question, I am open to any questions before I pass the baton.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I watch you a lot. I'm a stalker, I think. I'm a stalker. So how do you have a unique way of bringing art into community. What is the thing that's underlying, that's the inspiration for you as you go into these communities, as you go into these conversations with the powers that be in each city that I see you showing up in? How do you, what's the thing? I know you said you knew since you were young that you wanted to be an artist, but I feel like there's more. I feel like there is this uh, divine, I don't know, you tell me. This is just what I you know.
Thank you so much. Love you so much, Lorna. So the my why, the drive that you talk about, it is my son. Whenever he was young, it's been 6 years. I always say 5 years, and now I'm shifting because of the new year. It is 6 years. 6 years ago, he came and he played hockey, and hockey here is white dominant, and he got racism comments, and he didn't tell us. I always ask him, but we insist, what happened? Share with us. So he shared he got racism comments in the locker of one of the local hockey team, and that really break my heart as a mom because I want to protect him. As a parent, you want to protect your children from anything and everything, uh, and I also thought of the other kid, what they've been through to do something like this. I always, think of the other one, what they've been through to do something like that. And they eventually apologize. The same year, I saw a Syrian refugee was beaten up in one of the high schools here. And for me, as I grow up, I always see my mom helping people around her, whatever she can. So I saw this video and it really break my heart, like how this girl was beaten up. And I thought, what can I do? How can I help? And I reached out for a group of mom. I got the mom number and I talked to her. She said there's two girls. One was beating her up. One was videotaped. It went through social media. She got a concussion. She didn't go back to school. It didn't even go to court. And I shared with the girl, I know this is unfortunate thing that happened to you, You can use it to empower girls to speak up, to empower kids to speak up, because how many times kids go through this, sadly no one know about it, and it lead to suicide. I witness here in my community 2 suicide. I don't know the kids, but I felt my heart broken as a mother. And then I thought, what can I do? How can I use my art to heal, to bring everyone together? And that's how I created Pittsburgh Builds Bridges. It was a art from the heart. Truly art from the heart. And then it was a tiny sketch like this. And it just like it came from my heart with the intention of healing, of bringing everyone together, no matter where are they from. And that's how it all started. And I have so many stories along the way in these 6
Yeah.
years, so many challenges, so many no's, so many yeses, so many bridges, and so much connection and love. And I feel blessed and grateful to God that He placed this. It is a gift to me. It is a gift to me. And I give this gift to the world. And God give it to me because it truly came from Him. And it is love. It is love. And uh, I am grateful and blessed to have this art. And it just like it is crazy that is it have a life of its own. So it change and it shift, and I'm open. Like before I was really stuck, have like a limited vision that I only want it this way. That's my way. And God say, no, no, no. It is more. And I start like opening up, opening my heart, being, okay if it change. Like people start telling, what if we do this? I said, okay, let's do this. And my mantra is what else is possible? And what's the worst that could happen? If someone say no, what is the worst? If that email, no one responds. If you go to that network event, no one talk to you. What is the worst that could happen to you? So these 2 questions been guiding my life for these 6 years of my initiative. What's the worst that could happen? And what else is possible? And it's just like opening to receive this gift, this magic. And whatever God is leading me, I am gonna say yes. I am a yes.
I love that. And I'm so glad I asked you the question because it points to how when you have a mission that is so far beyond yourself, that's what's possible, right? Doors get open, people come into your space. I love that, Ebtahal. Thank you for sharing. And thank you thank you for your obedience. Because how many of us are not obedient when we're on the journey, right? We want to do it our way, we're not open, right? So thank you for being the example of being focused on a mission, um, being open to change, being open to ideas, but keeping focused on that mission. So grateful for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm gonna have my email here if no one have any other question. I'm grateful to be with each one of you. And here's my website. It's been a long day, guys. I did the 11 miles run today. So yeah. So I pass the baton to Latia.
I will grab it. I honor you, Ebtahal. My heart is exploding with your share. The way you just embody love, connection, unity, healing, trusting the divine. Your mission it's amazing how timing couldn't be more perfect in terms of just the offering that I have for us today. So I want to presence that yeah, I love that I get to follow your share and with everyone else on the stage. Truly, your generous hearts. I've learned so much, received a lot of value, and it's a wonderful it's a banquet. Is what this is a beautiful celebration of so many vision centered, purpose driven women. And that is our offering for those in attendance. Obviously, I'm sure you have your stories and your gifts. I'm Letty. And my goodness, where do I begin? Well, before I dive in, I get to also acknowledge Edith for being that bridge for us today. Um, really, ladies, I can't think of a better way to begin my sharing. I'm just, it's anchored really around like I have three S's, right? The commitment that I've made is to come and show up soul first in my authenticity, as we all have, right? And as we all get to really continue to live that way despite challenges, because that's part of life. Is there will be challenges, but to truly ask ourselves. I loved what I've learned about just the questions are, Lorna, you were even sharing. It's so beautiful to share this stage with you, how life brought us together again. But I will say how important it is for us to think about, we've got choices to make, and do the choices align? So what my gifting is truly as a purpose coach, as a growth coach, anchored on values, right? What is important to you? And really from a perspective of um, you are your own authority, right? I love Phil's sharing, that we don't come with a victim mindset. There are things that might be troubling us in life, but really there's always an opportunity for us to use those challenges and really reframe it. What's the learning? What's the opportunity? Ebtahal, what are the possibilities? And we get to shift, and that's what I delight doing. But just to jump to one of the questions that may be asked is, what's my why? My why is my life, right? My why is what I've walked through. My why is my relationship with my higher power, which is the source for me to co-create love in this world and to give in generosity. And so what I love to do with clients is really, as a purpose coach, is to start, as Lorna said, there's a difference between vision and mission, right? We get to really ground ourselves in who we are. A better question that I learned is, whose am I, right? For me, what does that mean? We all have teachers. We all have mentors. For me, my teacher is Jesus. My teacher is sacred scripture. And what I love about reading, the Bible, God's word, is what I believe to be the God's word. And so, the very first book is Genesis. The very last book is Revelation, right? How beautiful that it was just kind of a divine insight recently as I was preparing to share, is that is really how I mirror, it's like Genesis, what is the origin? Who are we? Whose are we, right? Like what is our purpose? What is our divine purpose? And then really even looking at Revelation as there's victory, right? Like we get to step and everything in between is life, right? And so we just get to be intimate, ask questions, honor ourselves, care for ourselves. There was a time in my life where, my voice was certainly silenced due to my own harsh experience with sexual assault. And that opened up a vulnerability in me that I just was, what do you need me to be? Just was not centered. Like I was living in shame and guilt in silence. And honestly, what rewrote that story for me, it wasn't, there's power certainly in reframing. And it really, for me, was that lesson that I am loved, right? That I am loved, being grounded and anchored in my faith. And so, what I just want to leave to you today is as an experience of how I support and how my offering for all of us is that, we really do get to be grounded in our values, because there are lots of shiny objects, as Lorna said. There's lots of different hats we wear, but true fulfillment is being aligned with your purpose, your unique purpose, your voice, your impact. And so the journey, the start is vision, purpose, identity, right? And then you get to walk through that mission that's been imparted onto you, right? Like, what's that business idea that, you uniquely have? What is the way that you do real estate different from everyone else, right? We all, so many, you just, thinking whether it's health coach, whatever it is, it just being grounded in, we are uniquely made, wonderfully made, and there is no lack. There is no limitations, but what happens here. And so, while I have, my influences in terms of, just my own professional background, I've learned a lot from Dr. Rewire, for example. I want to leave you with a couple of acronyms that I want to kind of, that really grounds this conversation. So the word heal, what I learned from Dr. Rewire that really resonated, and Dr. is Alec Trivedi, but what he shared with me in one of these conferences that just resonated was healing is really helping to align energy, right? Let me pause for a moment. I wrote it. Yes, helping energy align with love. Helping energy align with love. And to me, that is living out your purpose. Living out your purpose is not just for your joy and gratification and fulfillment. It is always like Philza, like all of us. It's about impact and loving full out, right? Doing the work yourself, because in my, teens and 20s, that healing was not there, that alignment was not there. But truly just surrendering to the fact that my identity is not of shame, it's not of guilt. That was a circumstance, right? An awful circumstance that I get to heal and journey along with others in that beautiful journey, because that's what life is about, right? That's the gift of life. And so hope changes things. I didn't always live with that reality. I believed it, but didn't feel it. But hope is for everyone. Hope changes things, right? And we get to stand in that in our leadership and bring that hope to communities, Ebtahal. I mean, I just so much of what everything we shared just deeply resonates with me, because I just know that that is what life has taught me is, hope changes things, love changes everything. It is truly, there's a verse in the Bible that says that hope is Well, love is the bond of perfection, right? So if we do everything with love, there's no lack. And so that's what I help folks do is I stand shoulder to shoulder. I serve, I support, and I stir. I stir. It's all about a reawakening and an intimacy with your higher power. And so that's my offering. I'm going to put I mean, I'd love to close this with a blessing, which is what I love to with my clients that are open to that. I always end our sessions with a blessing, but I do want to also say that the way that it's one-on-one at the moment. There's also a community because I love I love to keep things radically simple, right? So habits, how do we foster a relationship with our higher power? So my Arise, I have a network where I'm sharing information, soon to be a movement as well. Not an initiative, a movement where we all get to lock arms, shoulder to shoulder. I love that there's so many different communities. We get to grow that, So what I will say is the first action, I will share my phone number. Please put in Arise Coaching if you're interested in a 30-minute discovery session with me. The second opportunity, if you text Arise Soul Food, you'll be entered into a community on WhatsApp where what I love to do is just that, provide you with some soul food, some practical, simple steps that make all the difference in our journey as we I love the idea of a soul tune-up. That's what we need to live this life, is to really take care of our souls. If you have any questions, I'm happy to field them and happy to celebrate this beautiful event with a dance.
I have a question. Can you share one of your soul tuna with us?
Oh, yes. One of my practical, simple tips. Is that what you mean? You want like a simple tip for me, what do I do to tune up my soul? Wake up every morning. I think of 3 things that I want to be grateful for and that I also want to celebrate by the end of the day. And so before I get into my head, I just do something simple. As I put both feet, off on the ground, I just say, thank you, God, for this new day. Thank you, God, for this new day. And then I think of 3 things that I'm grateful for and that I would like to celebrate by the end of the day. And so, I think that's something practical that we can do. And what I've learned too is that as we keep things ridiculously small, guess what? They start becoming a daily habit. So let's keep things simple because, I learned from, was it Tony Robbins, that complexity is the enemy of execution, right? So let's keep things ridiculously simple and drop into our hearts and open ourselves to just the beauty of living on purpose.
Thank you.
That's
my
so
tuna for the future, for every day. Thank you for that.
Thanks for the question.
And we are complete. Thank you so much, Letty. So many amazing gifts that were heard today that you shared, especially being love, being authenticity, being courage. Those are the values that drive me every day. And one most important is being in gratitude. I know that gratitude writing is super powerful. And when we step into gratitude, everything shifts because I get to up level my gratitude for money now. Thanks to Lorna. Thank you. Yes, and thank you for being a yes to this panel. And one a question I want to answer is what advice I would give to the young women looking to start business today is to be authentic self, being in gratitude of your own soul, that you are yourself and you get to be grateful for, taking breath, for, being alive every day, that nothing hurts anymore, you know, being, able to open your eyes and hear well, and your body functions and everything else. Being in gratitude is such an amazing tool. So I will definitely would love to advise women in business to start a gratitude journal and be grateful for what they have created every single day. So I am tremendously grateful, and this could not have been possible to Empress Media and Courage Magazine Global and Building Bridges. So you get to you get to shine, and you get to spread your talents everywhere where you go, and being in vision. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Edith and Ebtahal and everyone that shared.
Thank you
Yeah,
so
same
much
here.
for
Thank you all.
being with us to celebrate International Women Month. And the theme of the month is acceleration action. And I believe we nailed it today. We have action and we accelerated. So thank you so much for being with us today, for connecting, for your love, for your heart, for opening and sharing your beautiful stories. And let's keep sparkle and shining and build more bridges and be truly who we are unapologetically and empowered. Thank you, guys. Have a great night.
Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.